All right, now I want to take a minute to walk you through our baskets. So I'm going to start with this classic basket. You will have people call these dish gardens. What this is a handled dish garden or a traditional basket. This one here is sold individually. You'll see it says 6 inches round. It is in fact 6 inches round, and it will have a hard liner in it. Do note that some of them have sewn-in liners, and when they do, we will have it noted. But WL at the top stands for with liner. This here is a nice stained finish. And once again, you'll see down here, it says it comes $120 to a case or sold individually. So when we do mean $120 to a case, that means there's 120 of those in one big box case. So let's go back to baskets here. So now we get into sets. Here's where you'll see our sets. This is going to come to explain how we sell the sets. So this is our 3-piece oval. So we do have different sizes. So we have oval, round, some will be rectangle. We even have a couple square ones. So you'll kind of be on the lookout for the different sizes and shapes. This one is with liner, so that's what WL means, as I was saying with the other one. And here you'll kind of see at the bottom, so it'll show the measurements of small, medium, and large. And how I communicate to this customer usually is I'll say, you're going to get an 11, 13, and 16-inch basket in this set. I go off of whatever size is in front of the round. Or sometimes if we're going through lots of baskets, I'll say your smallest is going to be 11 inches round and your largest is going to be 16 inches round. And then an important thing to note is when we're talking about case quantities, so this is 8 sets to the case, okay? So that's going to be 24 individual baskets in the case, but you always just want to notate this as there's 8 sets to a case when someone's talking to you about cases. And people really like the color white, especially for spring, summer, winter, and honestly transitions through all seasons. So, and a way to kind of describe this is willow. So this is going to be obviously our most expensive basket because willow is harder to make. It's a lot more expensive than bamboo. And that's where sometimes you'll have customers say, oh, well, I have that exact basket for, $10. Well, it could be made out of a different material. A willow is a very high quality material, making it much more expensive. And how I kind of describe these is it has a braided rim and a braided handle for that one at the top there. And I'll say this one has a nice twisted handle with a very intricate middle section with a white finish. So this is a frosted bowl. This is white, so lots of people will call this a bowl or a dish garden. Once again, the two are pretty much interchangeable. When someone says they want a basket, a good first thing to ask them is, do you want handled or non-handled? This is very important because you'll actually notice a lot of people call some specific item many different things. So the first distinction to kind of help know that you're getting the customer what they need is ask if they need handled or non-handled. Ask them what finish they would like, whether that's, white, stained, or natural. Those are the 3 different stains that we do carry. Well, some of them are a little different, as you'll see this. We do have some more high-end luxury items. So these are kind of bowls here. These do have your liners in them. And this is going to kind of almost be like where you put the plant in there. That's what these ones are used for. So a 5-inch plant would go in there. Okay, so these are some baskets. I would call these rectangle non-handled in a natural finish. That 3-piece low-pull willow. Once again, this is made out of willow, so it is going to be expensive and high quality. And you will actually know that the willow can hold a lot of weight. Doesn't mean the other ones can't hold weight, but the willow can hold a great deal of weight. And these are the trays that we have. Kind of see all these. People will call these trays, fruit bowls, fruit baskets. Once again, ask if they want a handle going across the top or not handled. So people use these a lot in the fall when they're doing fruit baskets. So now we're getting into dish gardens. So I'll start with this one. So we do have some that come in assorted styles. You'll see a lot of that, especially in our handled area. So this here is a non-handled assorted dish garden in the 10-inch style. This comes 100 to a case. Once again, they can be sold individually, but here's the assorted styles. This is in a natural finish with some decoration, giving them a variety of products to the case. So here's our bamboo buns. This is kind of like a fruit bowl, very inexpensive. And here's where we get into our dish garden. So this is where people will say, I want a dish garden, or I want a bowl, or they'll even call this a basket. But that's where it's very important to notate, would you like a handle or not a handle? Here's our white finish. This is going to be our stained finish. So here are handled dish gardens, or known as handled baskets. People refer to these as single baskets. So you'll see, though, that this is an assorted style. This just means these aren't part of a set. You'll see the different sizes notated. We carry these in 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14, as well as 7 here. So we have white, kind of this, I call it a winter mix or spring mix. And then we have some more, all these here are assorted, but they're single baskets because they're not in a set. But you do get a variety, which customers tend to like. So these are perfect for your dish gardens. What they do is they literally plant a garden full of plants in one of these baskets. And sometimes they'll ask, are the handles strong? Yes, our handles are quite strong on our baskets. If you do need something to carry a great deal amount of weight, you will need a willow. But traditionally, we've never got any complaints in the thousands, tens of thousands of these we've sold, them not being strong enough. So our baskets are very high quality, and they do withstand a great deal of weight, and they are perfect for dish gardens. So this is a good idea of a natural finish. I communicate this as a light, kind of natural. It's not going to have a dark stain to it. It's going to be on the lighter side. This one is more of a traditional natural assortment. Once again, another natural assortment here. I call this more of a natural assortment as well. This is kind of a darker stain. That's how I communicate these ones. Has a little braided handle. And this is a darker stain. Here's our white stain. And then there's another single basket that does not come in an assortment. So just in case they just want white or they just want stained, we do have those available as well. So these are some other ones. These are going to be a little deeper, as you can see, so there is some variety. Now we're kind of getting back into our sets here. You'll see these sets have different shapes. So these have a very tall handle. Sometimes customers will ask for these, and they are on the very inexpensive side. So it just kind of depends what your customer is looking for. Obviously, do not start with the most inexpensive. Start with the most expensive, and then say give them, a $10 option, then a $7 option, then $6 option, and then you can go down to these, $1 and $2 options. And if they really are looking for that, they won't be afraid to tell you, I'm looking for something right around the $2 range. So So here I want to get into peanuts. So what a peanut is look for the size. So it says quad 6 rattan peanut. So that's going to be a 4, and it's going to carry 4 6-inch pots. This is the stained. This is going to have the sewn-in liner. So when you see SL, that's going to be the sewn-in liner. When you see WL, that's going to be the hardened liner. You can see the natural underneath, and once again, the stained back up on top for comparison. So there's kind of 2 different ways that triple peanuts are shown. So this is the linear of the triple peanut. So this is going to hold 3 6-inch pots. And you can kind of see the difference here. This one kind of holds them in a triangle. So when people say they want a triple peanut, I say, do you want a linear version? Or it's kind of a cluster, what you're looking for. Then I ask them if they want stained or white.